Hello, folks, and welcome to the Prodigy Presents Lake Marshall Open. This is round 3, back 9 coverage of a PDGA tier, and I'm excited to be here. We want to thank Knowledge Management Inc. first for their core sponsor and HyzerMedia for their coverage. As if it wasn't for them, this wouldn't be possible. My name's Nick Hanson. Alongside me again is Dan. Dan, how you doing today?
I'm doing absolutely fantastic, and if you guys watch the front 9, you're going to see that we have a 3-way tie at the top. It doesn't really get any better than this, does it?
It doesn't. And Jesse is absolutely on a tear right now with finishing 6 birdies to end his front 9 and making a push on those leaders. Like you said, we have a 3-way tie going into this, so it's anyone's game at this point with the course we're playing today. Let's get right into it here at Hole 10.
And here at Hole 10, this is a par 4, 839 feet. This is severely downhill. OB on the left side, jail on the right, and OB long, which people can drift into. Once you get to this corner, you are pitching up to this green, OB left, OB right. So this tee shot is very precise. You can kind of see the tree in the middle past the short tee. You want to be turning to the right of that as your disc is working its way down the hill.
So we have Jesse on the box here first.
Yeah, that's going to be a little short. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with it, but you definitely want to push it a little bit farther down. And I know Jesse has gotten the last 5, but Matt's on a good little streak himself. Playing clean, playing nice. This is a little bit short and a little bit early. He's going to be pinched off. This is left.
That is not good over there. Looking at bogey at best, I would guess.
There might be a chance for him to save it, but it'll be tough. Ian wanting more turn than what he's getting, that's for sure. You know what? That was a little lucky getting through all that.
It was extremely lucky.
And then you can see, this is kind of what you're left with. We can't even see him in there. He's just got to pitch out to the middle. So now he has a pretty severe spike hyzer because the basket's so far left.
Oh, and catching early right away.
Not sure.
Quite a bit.
Did you see where that got to? Yeah, he's a little short, huh? And Jesse, it is a blind shot if you're not far enough, but he does have probably a look into the basket. It's kind of like a boomerang shot in a way.
Up there on the hillside, hard to tell, but likely outside the circle, I think.
Yeah, you see Ian is in a similar spot.
An interesting approach from Ian, just going with the pitch up to try to make sure he secures his 4, not pushing for the birdie.
And an Anheuser forehand flex. This is dangerous. That's got to sit. Ian's looking like a genius right now.
Not bad. It's going to have about 20-footer for par. And yeah, that forehand flex did exactly what, you were worried about there, where too much Anheuser got on edge and just rolled straight towards that out of bounds. As Andrew has a great run there to save his par, but not able to capitalize.
Good bid by Matt, but he's going to pay the price for throwing that really risky shot in the moment. Jesse's left himself, like you said, probably just outside.
Oh, and just short, unfortunately. Would have been able to take the lead with that birdie.
Here's Ian coming back for his par. Well played. Everything went to plan for Ian. Can't be too upset with a par after, you know, not hitting the drive perfectly. This is a tough one to get. It did play almost a half a stroke over par.
And, you know, he's in a good position. He was tied for first when he came into this. He's still tied for first. So, like we've talked about in previous rounds here, getting par is okay at this course. A lot of these holes play at or over par. So, as long as you're not taking strokes and giving them away to the course, you're going to put yourself in a good position.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a par 4, 915 feet. You're teeing off from up top. OB on the left, OB on the right, and you got to approach this guarded green. So you're really trying to crush one as far as you can. If you end up on the left side of the hill, you're above the basket a little bit more. Makes it a little bit easier to approach. But Jesse here, this needs to flip.
Yeah, that is headed straight out of bounds, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And that's going to be his first air, really, in about 8 or 9 holes.
Yeah, pretty much. The first 3 holes was a rough start, but yeah, that was just a misrelease. Ian just putting a move on this one.
Yeah, he got a long ways down the fairway, but this green is just so hard to access, even when you're in a good position.
Yeah, I prefer to try to get to the left side a little bit. Kind of as close to that OB as comfortable. Matt is pretty much doing that, kind of doing that. It's just a better way to, you have more elevation to get to the pin. I'm ready for Andrew to crush on one here. A little low out of the hand. That seems to be turning.
Yeah, turning too much.
Yeah. Just a bit.
Yeah, basically a pitch up and a pitch up to get your par from there.
So this will be a tough up and down for Jesse. But he's got to make sure this stays in bounds. Yeah, you can see him jumping, saying, "Get up!" I think he's going to be taking a bogey at best from there.
Big sidearm here, but I was going to say, looking short and well short. He's coming up out of bounds there.
Yeah, it's just so far.
Curious to see how Andrew attacks.
Yeah, you almost have to get it turning really late in the flight. Not like a common type of a shot, but he seems to do it pretty good. Probably a circle 2 look. Ian crushed one up so far. He does have a good look at a forehand into the green. But no.
He's also going to be well short.
I thought that was going to be OB short.
Wow.
Good little pitch up. That's 2 OB mistakes on upshots for Matthew in a row. Here's Andrew for his birdie.
Good bid there. And this is Ian for birdie.
Ooh, good run. That lofty bid. Andrew back for his par. Count it. And this hole played as one of the hardest on the course. Second hardest on the course at .64 over par, and there was only one birdie on the day.
Wow.
Ethan Yager. He's a young player that plays with Jesse and Lucas a lot, so they all just crushing on the disc from Lancaster. Well done.
Yeah, that group of young gentlemen, they do throw pretty far.
It hurts my arm to watch it week in and week out, if I'm being honest.
It's all right. You just got to make more putts than them.
That's what it is. That's it, man.
As we move over to hole 12.
Getting to a signature hole here, hole 12. This is a par 5, 1,012 feet. Throwing straight, making sure you don't throw into the water off the tee, getting to this landing zone, then pitching over to this peninsula green. If you have a big enough arm, people will try and cut this corner and throw to that little white stake on the other side and then go for the green. But the safe play is to go out to the right.
How far do you think it is to make it to that stake?
It's definitely over 450. It's definitely over 450, probably pushing 500. So, yeah. Oh, how far does Andrew throw?
He's asking it to get up.
He's not moving up very far.
I was going to say, I don't think there's a drop zone on this one.
There's not, yeah. So you'll see Jesse take the route most humans take if you don't have a bionic arm. Just a smooth hyzer. But you have to be careful that you don't skip off this road because you can get like a big flare skip sometimes. Oh, this is turning too much. This needs to come back.
Oh, no.
Wow. That was awesome.
How
I don't know. Like,
I don't understand the physics of what just happened on that one.
I kind of want to watch that again.
That was good. That's one of the ones where, like, you as the thrower, you don't see, and so you don't understand how lucky you got.
Right.
So
thank you to Jersey Disc for their support.
Looks like we might have missed Ian's tee shot.
Yeah, I guess so. But there is a good recovery shot. He'll be able to pitch over to the peninsula from there. And then, so this is a common play from Matthew. You're kind of over, to the right of the path, and then you're pitching it as far along that second shot as possible.
Really some pretty stock shots for the players we have on our card to get the birdie.
Yeah. If you don't overcomplicate this one, it's not complicated at all. It's hyzer for the right hand.
Oh, wow. So we have Ian going for the eagle right here. He did get up into a good position. Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's pinned high.
Sticks it, and is that like 20 feet?
Something like that.
Wow.
It's pretty close.
Okay, so unfortunately missed his tee shot, but it looks like he's inside circle 1 for eagle.
This is Andrew's fourth shot. I think he's a little deep right, probably outside the circle look. Maybe circle's edge.
Good shot there, just fine. Matthew.
I'm curious if Jesse tried to go over and practice and just wasn't feeling comfortable enough. I would have thought he might have tried it.
Oh, and that's huge. Ian taking the eagle.
Good. That was so good. That's a Pro Tour par 4. You know what I mean? That is a legit eagle.
And for the time being, he's got a 3-stroke lead here.
Yes, he does. I think Jesse is pretty close. Oh, he does got a little tester for his bird.
Oh, and he chains out left.
No.
pressure could be coming on because he knows where he's at. You know, there's only 6 holes left after this.
Yeah, 3 strokes by both Matt and Jesse with 6 holes to go it's a lot to ask for. There's a lot of swing holes here, but it's tough.
I think it really puts Ian in the driver's seat.
And Ian was the only one to eagle on the day. Moving on to hole 13, this is a par 4. Teeing off from up above, kind of throwing down below this hill for most people. Some people can get up onto this hill and pitch this to the very slanted green. OB on the left side, and obviously OB water. And I'm sure Ian is going for at least center of the hill. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Getting up there makes the upshot so much easier because you can now you can see the basket. You don't have to throw some wonky, flexor in.
Yeah, being in a position where you can stand still and see the basket is a huge plus instead of having this uphill run up if you're short on the hill, or having to throw it really high if you land in the flat.
Yeah, Jesse puts a really good move on that one too. He's gonna like that.
Yeah, that's up there.
This needs to stay over. Andrew gets it done too.
Yeah, I was gonna say some pretty darn good tee shots out of our card here. See
yeah, this is like what's absolutely, but like this is like what's expected now. This kind of hole, back in the day, everyone's driving to the bottom of the hill. Now it's like expected to get up to the top here.
Wow. Our card's coming alive here. 2 inside bullseye. Andrew's going to follow
3.
All right, Ian's might be outside now that I got a second look, but still very close. Boy, did they make this hole look easy so far.
I'm going to see if they can all put it away. That's one more hole down for Ian. No one's going to be gaining a stroke on him this one.
Yeah, in this situation, it's nice to putt first. No pressure on you. Put a little pressure on the other guys because they already know you birdied. But everybody's so close that they're expected to make these.
Yeah, pretty much. And nice little don't hit your head. Star frame. Well done. We're going to go on to the shortest hole on the course, hole 14. This is a par 3, 255 feet. Tight gap off the tee, getting up and over this fence and just kind of riding straight. The basket's like 50 to 60 past the fence, if I do recall. And there is an OB road on the right side. And I think Ian just tagged that tree. I don't know where he kicked to, though.
It looked like he went right into that cluster of trees.
He's lucky he's not OB, because I've seen people do that and just kick down and get a little fence play.
Wow. The odds that are so small. But happened this week now that we've seen. I'm sure it's happened to more than one person this week.
Oh, yeah. So doors open for Jesse to try and get a stroke back.
Oh, and this looks great.
Gotta fight through these last trees.
Gives himself a look, pin high. Okay. Still fighting here. Plenty of time left.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think Jesse has any room for any more mistakes. He's probably got a birdie out to have a chance. That's a good start. Ian's left with a pretty open shot to the pin. Leaves himself a little tester, though, to save his par.
Can be a tester during a round like one of these.
Yeah, man. What do you do to try to calm your nerves on these big putts?
I try to just make sure I stick to my routine. Oh my goodness, where's that one going?
Oh, man.
Wow. That is unfortunate. I really just try to stick to my routine. You know, if I get a bad thought in my head, I'll step it off, or I'll like step off of it. But you know, it's just really sticking to what you know and trying not to like deviate from it, even in a moment like this. There's a great putt there to get a stroke back.
Yeah, and just puts just a little bit of pressure on Ian here. That was pulled a little right, but it ends up sticking in that corner pocket.
Yeah, he probably released that one and kind of went,
Yep.
held his breath for a second, but it sticks, gets in the par, and keeps a 2-stroke lead here. Going into 15.
Unfortunately, Andrew taking the double, kind of finding a little back and forth there. But there's still a lot of holes left, and there's still a lot of jockeying for position, so hopefully Andrew can finish strong. We are going to hole 15. This is a par 4, 747 feet, teeing off uphill. OB on the right side. You're driving down to this little valley here, and you are pitching up and to the left of these fences, or you're trying to pick one of those gaps and hyzer in for the right-hand backhand. The mistake I see on this isn't hitting one of these trees. It's usually ending up too far to the right, OB. But Jesse seems to get this one high enough, it's going to come back in bounds. That'll be just fine.
Looks like Ian is able to match here. This one's starting to come out. Going to be a little closer to the hill, though.
Yeah, and that's fine. It's really just a high hyzer into the basket from both their shots. Matt getting a little more flip. It gets down just quick enough to not find that OB.
Yeah, that one was starting to worry me a little bit there. Sometimes you don't get the right wind read when you're up throwing down like this, and you can turn your disc, but all of our players able to keep it in bounds.
And here you go. Most people choose the right gap to get in. It's just a little farther. Tags a little tree. Oh, man.
Wow.
He's looking at that wall of branches or that bush to putt through.
What an unfortunate kick.
Jesse doesn't seem to like it, but it sneaks through. That was definitely a little early.
Hopefully you can capitalize on that little bit of luck here down the stretch.
This is short.
Ooh.
Ian hits the little fence there. It's not really the mistake you want to make. I don't know if he's going to be able to run it from there, but Andrew gets through and he'll have a putt.
Oh, he's just laying it up.
Yeah, it's really a drop-off if he were to airball. Here's a big putt from Jesse to get a stroke back.
Ooh.
Wow.
Wow, what a catch.
Yeah, I think there was one chain left.
Puts it on target, so got to give him credit for that. And it sticks. Let's go. The lead is down to 1.
Yeah, and I don't mind Ian's play. You know, he doesn't need to push anything. Jesse had to make a long putt, and he's confident in his game the rest of the way. So that definitely says something. And you know what? The next hole can get really squirrely. It's very wooded, and it's one of my favorites on the course. This is a hole 16, par 4, 675 feet. Really tight tunnel, downhill off the tee, following this little river path, creek path. Landing zone right about here. OB on your left side, little hill on your right, and you're hitting another little tunnel to get into the basket. But this is really all about the tee shot.
Oh, and that's pulled.
Yeah.
He's going to drop early, but inbounds, so still can get up and down for par.
Yeah, Jesse is going to be going for the landing zone once again. There's really no chance to be better than that. This looks pretty good. Just turned a bit, but comes back out to the fairway.
And another early hit from our cart here on the 16th.
It ain't easy, folks.
This course requires, obviously physical talent, but also so much mental strength just because of, how I would say good your shot can be sometimes and just barely be off and catch a branch and kick you into the fairway. It's so important to be accurate and precise here. And this is looking like a good gonna catch that tree and drop early. Once again, shout out to Knowledge Management Inc. for their course sponsor.
And here's Jesse. You can see landed in a fantastic spot considering the tree hit. But this is early. But he gets another good kick.
Wow.
That's keeping him alive right now. And Ian pitching up to a really good spot. It should be an easy up and down from there for him. But Jesse has to risk an aggressive shot.
And that's going to put him out of bounds, and that might do it.
Barring disaster for Ian, I don't see it happening. You never know, though. That's got to get down. This hole's tough. This hole feels so rewarding when you get the 3 because you've executed 2 perfect shots, essentially.
And honestly, I thought it would have played a little more over par than it did today.
Yeah, what's it sitting at?
0.2 is all.
Wow. I think maybe after round 1, people realized if you're out of position, there's no hero shots on this one.
And Ian showing us exactly that. Chip. And he's in there looking to get par.
Yeah, Jesse might be trying to give that one a little bid. There's a good stop the bleeding putt. Good par save for Andrew. Jesse should be knocking this down to give himself any chance of catching up. And that lead will
Yeah,
be
back to
three.
3. It's going to be tough. It's possible, but it's going to be tough.
You are down to hole 17. This is a par 3, 285 feet downhill, low ceiling. A little bit of an OB peninsula right here. If you can get over that, you're pretty much parked for the 2. I see a lot of mid-ranges. I see a lot of overstable fairway drivers that just kind of end up on the right side safe.
Oh, this
Ian
is looking nice.
Yeah, and that's a kill shot. He's going in for it.
That is. And to do it on this hole, like, you want to get this one, obviously, but, like, it's not that easy.
No. You can go OB quick.
Oh, it skips out.
Whoa. Oh, that is... Oh, man. You gotta love it.
You gotta love stuff like that. Especially after that last hole, it's like, give me one back course, come on.
Yeah.
Oh, and yeah, I was gonna say that one's kicked left and out of bounds.
I think that was pretty early too. I don't know if he's gonna get that on the other side of the water. We'll see. Jesse's got to be thinking maybe ace or just play for second. Good drive.
Yeah, he's got a putt there.
Yeah, absolutely. We don't know what's going on the chase card, but you know, Jesse could be looking at that and thinking, I need to get 1 or 2 more birdies here to solidify my second place. Here's Andrew after the water skip.
Way to capitalize. Way to capitalize.
It's a solid strike right there. This did play as the easiest hole on the day, 0.35 under par.
All right, I take back what I said earlier when I said it wasn't that easy.
And just as the course gives you a break on hole 17, it sends you to as Ian taps in his birdie, and he's got to be feeling really confident right now.
Yeah, 3 shots going into 18.
Absolutely. You got to walk up a huge hill, you're breathing heavy, and you get to hole 18, par 5, 910 feet. A big water carry off of your drive. The farther you land to the right and up this fairway, the better. Once you get there, you have to throw it up and around this hill. It'll be still on the right, jail on the left. Second landing zone somewhere in here. If you can make it to here, you got to navigate these trees with a little bit of a dogleg left. So if I'm guessing, Ian's going to play it pretty safe and throw up here Hyzer. Or he just knows this shot and says, I don't need to throw up here Hyzer. I'm mash.
He's trusting his game right now, and he's feeling it. It looks good. It's fun to watch.
And this looks like a rip too. These guys are all going for longest drive here. See if Jesse can get him. This is looking safe. Up the hill, a little shorter than the other guys. And again, maybe Jesse is looking at someone who maybe he thinks I only got a par. We're not sure. I was cutting it close. This is a long weekend. Like these guys, they're throwing their arms out here, and last hole of the day,
Max power shot over water.
Yeah, man.
Trust me, you and I would be finding the bailout zone.
Oh, for sure.
Looking for par.
I don't.
Maybe finding bogey.
And being okay with it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Jesse, a little bit to the right, but he's not OB, which is the good news.
Oh, no.
I kicked directly OB. I'm thinking Ian's going to throw a hyzer on this left side. Thanks for making me right that time, Ian.
Yeah, nothing special. Just getting down the fairway at this point. Puts himself in a great position. Wow. It's a good angle here to see how dramatically uphill it is.
Yeah.
And that is a great recovery shot from down there.
Absolutely. He'll have to work around some trees to find his way to par. Yeah, even taking these steps, like you're stepping a full foot to 2 feet above like your back foot. It's a good shot from Jesse, giving himself a look at the bird.
Oh, Ian in a fantastic spot. Further up than I even thought. Oh, and look at that. What a stellar performance this was today for him. 8 down, bogey free, with potentially 9 coming here.
Yeah, and good job to, stick with your game, stay within what you're doing, being confident, because Jesse was on a hot streak and he ran it to a tie. You know what I mean? Like some people, you can get flustered and just, they got all the momentum, but he's been there, he's done that, he's hanging in.
Yeah, this was the battle today with him popping off 6 birdies in a row to finish the front 9. Ian knew he had to, play clean and play good on the back to continue, or like we're going to see here, win. Ian's going to take this one wire to wire, starting off the first round in the lead, tied for second in the second after the second round, and going to tap in here for the win.
Very cool. Congrats, Ian.
I don't know if I'm supposed to say something now, but I love this place, man. That's my first pro win. What better to do it at an 8th here?
Ladies and gentlemen, your 2024 Lake Marshall presented by Prodigy champion is Ian Burchett.
Thank you so much, John. Oh, man. I've never known what it's like to feel this, so this is amazing. Thank you, John. Thank you, Corey. Everybody out here that makes this place amazing. It's my favorite course, literally. I'd like to thank my sponsor, Castoplast, my mom, all my family, all my friends, Janet Hershey especially. Shout out Gavin Rathbun, he's about to win his first pro tour today. Got my first 8-tier win, my first pro win. I mean, life is good. Love you guys.
Yeah, pretty incredible to get your first win at a 8-tier. As we take a look at our back 9 here, we see Ian keeping it clean all day. Good job from the rest of our card there, from all the way to our leaderboard here. As always, we thank you for watching. If you would like to be a supporting sponsor, you can email us at HyzerMedia. As always, we thank you for watching. For Dan, I'm Nick. We'll catch you on the next one.